Raise your hand if you've heard of Michael Phelps. Now raise your hand if you've heard of Katie Ledecky. Obviously, more people have heard of Michael Phelps because he is the best male swimmer in the swimming community. But why do fewer people know of Katie Ledecky? Is it because male athletes get more recognition than female athletes? In many societies, female athletes are often pushed to the side, underestimated, and wrongly judged for doing what they do. While male athletes are encouraged and can comfortably pursue physical activity. With that, female athletes cannot comfortably pursue physical activity. And that's why it is crucial to empower female athletes in our society. First of all, restricting female athletes of doing physical activity has a negative impact on their health. According to the Women's Sports Foundation, it is found that doing physical activity helps you lead a more beneficial and healthy life, as well as protect you from diseases such as cancer, organ deficiencies, and heart diseases. If society restricts female athletes of doing physical activity, they're indirectly risking their health. And not only are they risking their physical health, but also their mental health. In an interview between Chris Wright, who is the director of the Wellbeing Department of the Youth Organization for Sports, and The Independent, Chris states that there's a direct correlation between the amount of physical activity that young girls do in their younger years and how successful they're likely to be. So basically, if society restricts young girls of doing physical activity, they're more likely to be unsuccessful, which can lead to depression from being unsuccessful. In fact, 1 in every 4 girls are depressed, while only 9% of boys are. Personally, when I go to swimming practice, I feel more stress relieved, have something to enjoy, I feel happier, and I feel more mentally sane. Think of all the girls that are restricted of physical activity, having a place to feel stress relieved, enjoy themselves, and feel happier. Another reason as to why we should empower female athletes in our society is because it proves to society that females and males can be as physically capable. A lot of people believe that females are less physically capable than males, and if you believe that, then it turns out you're actually wrong. It's just that they're fairly strong but in different aspects. For example, men have more testosterone, giving them bigger muscles, but women can produce more antibodies, giving them a higher immunity. Men have larger cardiovascular systems, bigger hearts, and wider lungs, but women have lower blood pressure, which gives them protection from the cardiovascular diseases that men are more prone to. So society should not view men as stronger than women. And lastly, empowering female athletes in our society can demolish the labels that society inflicts on them. Does anyone remember Serena Williams' outburst at the US Open of 2018 when she played against Naomi Osaka and took the game away from her from something she said in an argument? From something she said in an argument. So she calls him a thief and lost her temper. Now, when I think of Roger Federer's games, I believe that this is a matter of sexism. Because Roger Federer always loses his temper and has outbursts, but never gets penalized the way Serena did. Even society called her aggressive, manly, unladylike, crazy, and more cruel labels. And even she admitted to the fact that this is a matter of sexism by saying, "He's never taken a game from a man because they said thief." We are all human at times and should not be treated differently due to our gender. Now, although it is crucial for females to do sports, some simply do not enjoy sports, want to do sports. For example, some females' passions lean towards technological, academic, or musical passions that they enjoy and feel stress relieved in. even though they do great at their fields, men still dominate their industries. So it is crucial to empower female athletes in our society. Just think again and think of a society where female athletes and male athletes could be treated the same. Thank you.